Thanks for joining us. I'm Devan Lutz.
And I'm Cody Connally.
It is with great sadness that we begin our first show of the semester with the passing of a University of Toledo legend.
That's right, Devan. Don Ryber, UT's Director of Media Services and beloved professor in our Department of Communication, died suddenly Sunday morning of an apparent heart attack.
Don worked at UT for 38 years and taught tens of thousands of students in television and radio production classes. He spent more than 18 hours Saturday directing UT women's volleyball games in Savage Arena and the football game in the Glass Bowl. Then early Sunday morning, he passed away at home. It came as a shock to the students and staff who worked alongside him on Saturday. He was 68 years old.
More than 70 students and faculty came together Sunday night to celebrate Don's life. The UT community paid their respects with the candlelight vigil outside the student union. They shared memories, tears, and laughter about their mentor.
He made sure that whatever you needed or the question, you understood everything in class.
I knew he was going to set me up for success, and it's just not going to be the same without him.
Although we have lost one of our own, Don's legacy will live on through his students. A special ceremony recognizing Don's commitment to UT is being planned for this Saturday's football game.
A local girl has a new lease on life because of her father's selfless act. Perrysburg assistant football coach Ray Page donated one of his kidneys to his 12-year-old daughter. Cassie was diagnosed with micropolygenitis, or MPA, a disease that attacks the organs.
It was a rough 2 weeks because, as a dad, you always look at, your children as, their hero.
Progress on the Cassie Strong Facebook page. After last year's water crisis, area residents continue to wonder if their water is safe. At this time, the water quality is at a watch level, indicating it is safe to drink. This is a dramatic change from the 2014 do not drink level. Ecology experts say the city has increased its monitoring efforts.
The city is able to keep track of when the algae is increasing and when they might need to increase their treatment processes, so they're not taken by surprise.
To find out more information on Toledo's water quality, visit the City of Toledo website.
UT's Rec Center received a much-needed makeover this past summer. Reporter Courtney Shaw had the chance to take a look at the new updates.
The university shut the Rec Center from August 1st until the 20th when they opened their doors for students. Over $600,000 was spent on this round of renovations. The funding came from the Vice President of the Division of Student Affairs. The Director Officer of Recreation Services, Demond Pryor, was one of the people who decided the updates were needed.
Reasons why we looked at improving the space is that students were asking for more space, more equipment space in the side of the facility, so we took that into consideration.
The updates included brand new carpet, rubberized flooring near the equipment, and painting the walls blue and gold. The swimming pool got new pumps, valves, and a $70,000 filter system. The Recreation Center also replaced the pool tables and tennis tables. This allowed more room for students to work out in. UT junior Aaliyah Coates was excited to see all of the new improvements made when the semester started.
Favorite update so far was the floor, because I like when you come down the stairs and you see the big UT symbol. I think it looks really nice. It gives it a nice touch.
The university does plan to install new furniture between mid and late October. I'm Courtney Shaw with UT 10 News.
Balancing classes, extracurricular activities, and work is enough to make anyone feel overwhelmed. Reporter Morgan McCullough looked into students' stress.
It's another start of a school year here at the University of Toledo, which could mean a start of stress for some students. Communication between parents, teachers, and students is going to be key for a great, successful school year.
The school year, opposed to summer, is full of stress and anxiety for students. A constant state of stress can affect a student's body physically, mentally, emotionally, and behaviorally. The Associated Press conducted a survey of college students in 2009 and concluded that 85% of students feel stressed on a daily basis, and 77% feel stressed over academic concerns.
Start of school stresses me out when the professor passes out the syllabus and goes over everything you're going to do the whole year, and it's really overwhelming.
Stress may be the highest in first-year students who are adjusting to a new environment. To prevent stress, Dr. Theodore Reyes explains the importance of open communication between parents and students, which is made easier through texting, Skype, and email.
The parent, definitely, my best advice is you have to stay involved. You have to stay in communication with the child.
I'm Morgan McCullough for UT 10 News.
Hi, I'm Mark Wuwert, and this is your UT 10 News Sports Report. A weekend packed with Rocket sports started with volleyball as the Lady Rockets hosted the Blue Gold Challenge at Savage Arena. The Rockets opened up against Robert Morris on Friday. Rachel Fedoruk led UT with 16 kills while also tallying 7 blocks. The Rockets fell behind early but rallied to win 2 straight and escape with the win. Next for UT was the Radford Highlanders in their second game. Sage Thomas led the charge with 15 kills as the Rockets won in 4 sets. UT ended their tournament run on Saturday facing Cleveland State. The Rockets were outmatched. Thomas added 9 kills, but it wasn't enough as they were swept in 3 sets. Senior Rachel Fedoruk was selected to all-tournament team along with fellow senior Marissa Leonard.
That felt really good. Working really hard and getting rewarded for it, definitely helps us work harder for the next time, knowing that, the team with the most mental toughness and, that wants it the most is going to win at the end.
The Rockets will get set for a MAC showdown with Ball State in Savage Arena on Thursday. Moving over to the glass ball Saturday night, the Rockets turned their attention to the Iowa State Cyclones after a shocking upset against 18th-ranked Arkansas the week before. UT welcomed back star running back Kareem Hunt from suspension, and here he tears off 39 yards, setting up a Jameson Best field goal to take the early lead. After the Cyclones tied it up with 3 of their own, Philip Ely would hit Alonzo Russell to put the Rockets up by 7. But Iowa State fought back as Sam B. Richardson connected with DeVaro Montgomery over the middle, who took it down 59 yards for 6 before the break. In the third, Ely runs the ball but fumbles it into the end zone, but tight end Alex Samolik recovers for the touchdown. The Cyclones fought back to tie the game and had a chance to win, but a Cole Netton missed field goal sent the game into OT. Both teams traded field goals in the first frame, but in the second, Damian Jones-Moore scores the touchdown to put UT up ahead. A desperate play on 4th down failed as Richardson was sacked to end the game as UT pulls off their second straight victory over a Power 5 conference.
Our fans, to our students, that was their win. They did it. This place was electric, and quite honestly, that's what's special about playing in the Glass Bowl. The credit tonight goes to every single one of them.
The Rockets will now get set to host Arkansas State this week in the Glass Bowl in a GoDaddy Bowl rematch. And to get everyone set for the game, reporter Eric Burden looked into the big part the stadium plays in the football team's winning tradition.
Since this stadium was constructed in 1936 as a Works Progress Administration project, the Rockets have won 68% of their games here. Originally known as University Stadium, the Glass Bowl fell into disuse over the course of World War II when all football operations were canceled. Afterward, it was renovated and renamed in honor of Toledo's primary industry. Many great landmarks that define the old stadium are still there today, including the stone wall surrounding the stands and 2 prominent stone towers in the south end zone. These once served as living quarters for 12 players in the late 1930s. UT procured a genuine rocket from the U.S. Army in 1961. Legend has it would strike the 50-yard line of the football field in Bowling Green, the Rockets' perennial rival, if it were fired. The success of the Toledo football program over the decades has prompted many different renovations, usually including an increase in total capacity to keep up with ticket demands. In multiple instances, however, it hasn't been enough. The 1982 season saw 31,369 people jam their way into the Glass Bowl to see the Rockets take on Bowling Green. This despite a maximum capacity of just over 18,000 at the time. Some people resorted to sitting on the stone walls around the stadium. The largest renovation came in 1989 to the tune of $18.5 million, 90% of which came from private sector donations and the leasing of suites. The Glass Bowl was outfitted with the largest press box in the nation for a college football stadium, a towering 3-story complex that seats 1,070 people and includes 45 suites. But perhaps the greatest thing to come out of it isn't concrete. The Rockets have won 75% of their games at home since 1990, and with victories against 2 Power 5 teams already this season, one of them number 18 Arkansas, that winning tradition doesn't look to be going anywhere anytime soon. For UT 10 News, I'm Eric Burden.
Thanks, Mark. That was a great story by Eric. That's it for UT 10 News.
And remember, you can watch the live stream of our newscast production every Tuesday morning at 10:30 on our YouTube channel. For Mark Wuwert, Cody Connally, and all of our crew, I'm Devan Lutz. Don Ryber, you will be missed. Regards.